Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Raila Amolo Odinga today unveiled the Azimio team for Nairobi. Polycarp Igathe was unveiled as the gubernatorial candidate for Nairobi. Philip Kaloki, professor, was unveiled as the deputy governor for Nairobi. Edwin Sifuna was unveiled as the senatorial candidate for the Azimio team. Tim Wanyonyi was unveiled as the Westlands parliamentary aspirant. He's the current member of parliament for Westlands. And that move by Azimio team is not sitting well with the majority of ODM supporters. Most ODM supporters believes very strongly that Tim Wanyonyi ought to have been the gubernatorial candidate and that Polycarp Igathe ought to have been his deputy. But President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, in their own wisdom, decided otherwise. And photos emerged from that meeting. And you could clearly tell there was tension. I will do a comprehensive analysis about the team Nairobi, which was unveiled, the consequences, whether that team can win or not. But after that meeting, Tim Wanyonyi again met with Johnson Sakaja. So in this video, I want to focus more on the meeting, and I want to do it very fast, on the meeting between Johnson Sakaja and Tim Wanyonyi. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, I want you guys to take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. I am late with this video because I've just arrived back to Kisumu from Kakamega. And I can assure you one thing, that in Kakamega, the ODM candidate is going to be the next governor for Kakamega. For the Senate, Boni Alwale is likely to be the senator. And ODM party, if they're not careful, they might not manage to win not more than 2 parliamentary seats in Kakamega. That's the feedback I got from the people down there. And to those who were able to reach me out and we met, I want to thank you guys so much. Now, ODM party was sponsoring Tim Wanyonyi in Nairobi. Jubilee party was fronting Richard Ngatia for Nairobi. UDA had actually nominated Johnson Sakaja as their candidate. And those who follow this channel, personally, I strongly believed that the easiest way for Azimio to defeat Johnson Sakaja was just simple. Let Tim Wanyonyi run and let Richard Ngatia run, and let Johnson Sakaja run. My thinking and thought has always been that in that contest, Tim Wanyonyi was going to get the ODM support base, which is the lawyers, the Luos, and that was enough to propel Tim Wanyonyi to the presidency. And then Richard Ngatia was going to lock the Kikuyu voting bloc. So the Kikuyus were going to vote for Ngatia, and if he was paired with, Akamba, he was going to do that. He was also going to win. And chances are that Sakaja was also going to get good percentage of the Kikuyu votes. And, Sakaja cuts across. So President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, in their own wisdom, decided that in Nairobi, they're going to have Polycarp Igathe. Polycarp Igathe came from nowhere. And this is why ODM supporters are very bitter. Tim Wanyonyi has campaigned for 2 good years. But Polycarp Igathe has been now given the ticket, and I will do a comprehensive analysis tomorrow on this particular matter. Now, let us focus on the meeting now between Tim Wanyonyi and Johnson Sakaja. Why do you think Johnson Sakaja met with Tim Wanyonyi? Because it's Johnson Sakaja who shared the photos. And if you compare the photos of Tim Wanyonyi and Sakaja's meeting and the photos of Raila, Tim Wanyonyi, and the Luya leadership from Nairobi, including the ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, there was tension. For those who interacted with the Tim Wanyonyi is very firm, but he speaks politely and softly. If you studied those photos, you could clearly tell that in the ODM or the Azimio meeting, Tim Wanyonyi was very firm. And that's why you could see people like Sifuna gesturing. But his meeting with the Sakaja was a bit free. So why do you think they meet? Number one reason why they meet is that UDA party has been monitoring the developments in the Azimio la Umoja movement. And one thing they were banking on is the lawyer support base. Tim Wanyonyi was going to deny Johnson Sakaja the lawyer voting block. And without the lawyer voting block, there was no way Johnson Sakaja was going to win. So the move by Team Azimio to award Polycarp Igathe the ticket now means Johnson Sakaja has a window in which he can get through to the lawyer voting block. Because if you take Tim Wanyonyi and to take a lawyer, lawyers view Tim Wanyonyi more as a lawyer and Sakaja more as a Kalenjin. So now, because they are better, they can lend that support to Johnson Sakaja. So basically, the Sakaja meeting Tim Wanyonyi is all about the lawyer voting block. The second reason why these guys met is that Tim Wanyonyi is very angry. Tim Wanyonyi is very bitter. Tim Wanyonyi was summoned to State House. I think it was on Wednesday. And on that day, he came and told his supporters that he's been told that Azimio will unveil a candidate and that that move will not add or subtract anything from him. And it was expected that he was going to agree. Then after coming out of that meeting, he said he's still on the race. Today, Raila Odinga met Tim Wanyonyi and the Luya leadership. In fact, yesterday, the Luya leadership from Nairobi were very bitter and angry. They insisted that they wanted to know the stake of Luyas in Azimio because they were banking on Nairobi. So they came later on agreed that they needed the Senate and specific parliamentary seats reserved for them. That is Westlands, that is Makadara, and I think one of those in either Nairobi, in Embakasi West or Central. So they insisted on that. But Tim Wanyonyi seemingly did not agree to those. So he's still disappointed. And he's expressing that disappointment, in my view, through this meeting with Johnson Sakaja. And the third reason why they met, in my view, is that UDA as a political party is keen on poking holes into the ODM nomination process. The truth of the matter, in my view, is that ODM party and Azimio in general did not manage the nomination process in Nairobi well. Why am I saying this? Tim Wanyonyi started campaigning a long time ago. Richard Ngatia started campaigning a long time ago. Kagure, Agnes, another strong candidate, had started campaigning a long time ago. So the best option for Raila Odinga would have been to appeal to Tim Wanyonyi long time ago. Because I'm sure, and I've stated on this platform, that Nairobi was going to be put on a table. It was going to be discussed at the national level. That if Raila Odinga and the ODM is providing the presidential candidate, there was no way they were going to get the gubernatorial candidate for Nairobi. And that explains why Kalonzo easily got the running mate for Nairobi. That's the honest reality. So Raila Odinga had to make that choice. So Raila ought to have talked to Tim Wanyonyi long time ago, so that Tim Wanyonyi would have downscaled his campaigns and focused on the new post, whether it was going to be the Senate. Because for me, if I were Raila Odinga, Uhuru Kenyatta, I would have pushed Tim Wanyonyi with the goodwill he has to go for the Senate. Then after going for the Senate, then he was going to be promised that he was going to be the Senate majority leader. And it was going to be possible. Because what they are now saying is that Azimio team are going to get the Speaker of the Senate. Who will this speaker be? And you know, speakers are always elected based on the numbers, and also if you believe, I mean, if Azimio will win, they're good for them. But if Azimio will not win, what will happen? So I think they just wanted to poke holes into this Azimio choice of Polycarp Igathe. The only disadvantage they have is that even Sakaja, how was he nominated? It was negotiated. And lastly, I think this meeting is about exposing Polycarp Igathe as a state project. And Sakaja was very clear that Polycarp Igathe is a state project, that he'll just be a puppet in Nairobi. So let us wait and see how all these events, all these things are going to unfold. But tomorrow I'll do a comprehensive analysis about this Azimio la Umoja team. The meeting between Johnson Sakaja and Tim Wanyonyi, in my view, might also be working in advantage or to the advantage of Polycarp Igathe. Our politics, and I was telling a friend on this channel, our politics in this country is normally tribal. So when Tim Wanyonyi and Johnson Sakaja are meeting as lawyers, what are they telling the Kikuyus who wanted to support Sakaja in UDA? The Kikuyus will retreat and now decide to go and protect their own, who is Polycarp Igathe. Maybe you never know. Maybe that's what these guys wanted to do or to achieve through this appointment and ensuring that Sakaja and team met. I don't know. But tomorrow, let us look at the implication of that particular move. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day. Bye-bye.